Hey,
What's
how you
up?
doing?
I stink really bad right now. I have sweaty
You,
armpits.
I can tell I can catch it over here too.
It's going to be 86 today, guys. Welcome to Texas in April. What are we doing here?
Ah, man,
We've
80,
already had 90-degree days. Let's go
yeah.
on record.
Well, we'll get 86 with no rain, and then a cold
Been
front
rain.
will come through. It'll drop down to 60 degrees or 50 degrees and rain, and it's
Hey, you know what's weird too? Freaking June bugs are out in April. Look, they have a name called June bugs. Why are they out in April? They're confused.
yeah. Well, you know why? I'll tell you why.
No,
Because the cicadas are coming,
not
and
here.
they want to get their thing in before the cicadas arrive.
So that's a really interesting. We're not going to really see any cicada. We see normal cicadas, but we don't see those weird ones that like come out of their shell every 500 years to have sex and die.
The ones
Which,
that are the size of a Mack truck.
yeah, they come out like, dude, I'm sorry. I know they're innocent, but you see one
Yeah,
of those prehistoric roaches sitting
yeah,
on a tree, I'm crying.
yeah. They come what every 17 years or something like
I
that.
don't know. I hate them. But the June bugs are dumb. We had some in our house last night because they always manage to get in because they're just dumb, drunk little wannabe roaches. That's what they are. They
Well,
fly
yeah,
around, they hit you, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And they look vicious. They don't do anything. But last night, Luke and I were playing. I'm not going to get into it, but we downloaded this extra thing to add to a video game, and both him and I were super excited. So we're like, and then I realized it was bedtime, and I was like, "Oh crap!" But the I heard it. And it was like it was making that that buzz sound.
yeah,
Well, it sounds like a bee or a wasp. So
yeah.
my thought is, oh crap, a wasp got in the house. I got to kill it before we go to bed. You
Right.
know. Well, I had a bucket outside because Luke and I were washing the side of the house. There's like this dirt that was stuck on it. It wasn't coming off with a hose, so we were like scrubbing it. And I had let it dry outside. Well, it's dry, and I brought it in to rinse it out and put it away. Well, there was four cicadas in there. Not cicadas. I'm sorry, four
June bugs.
whatever June bugs, April bugs, and they were in there. But they're so dumb that they're upside down with their drunk legs in the air, and they can't fly out. So they were just bumping into each other, cursing each other out. And anyway, but
Well,
welcome to Texas.
what kind of alcohol did you have in the cleaning solution?
They're really, and every time I get up from work, if it's in the evening, I'm over here like getting drone bugs flying at me. I'm over here like shooting them down like Godzilla swatting at helicopters. It's crazy.
The worst part of the June bugs is if you've got to travel on the highway.
Oh yeah,
The front grill on your car just becomes covered with them. And if you don't wash it off, it
they
starts to eat
stick.
away at the paint and the chrome.
Well, there's nothing like 110 degrees roasting a dead drunken cockroach on your car. It's a beautiful envision of summertime. No Diddy, by the way. Keep no Diddy, guys. No Diddy. No Diddy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Here's a little ditty about Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. Diddy's diddled enough. Okay. Um, what do we got going on today? What are we talking about today?
Hey, you're one of your favorite movie theaters. Uh,
Mm.
that you go to. As we get closer to summer, they start running a series of the oldie movies.
Oh, I love those guys.
And all. Last week they had the Big Lebowski. What
Oh, the dude, duderific, El
the dude,
Dudorado.
yeah, one of my all-time favorites. And I started going through, and they've got a whole list of some of the old comedies and everything that they're bringing back. One night, one
I
showing
love that.
and all, and you almost feel like, yeah, you could probably watch it on TV, but man, to go back into the theater
Well,
and
what they do too for like something like the Bowski is they'll start serving white Russians so you can bring your little. And dude, I would just show up in a robe and a t-shirt and just walk around with my white Russian and like Luke and I go for the past 2 years now. I've gone longer, but for the past 2 years, Luke and I go see Labyrinth. They usually do it around David Bowie's birthday,
yeah,
or they do it around the anniversary of Labyrinth. And people dress up as characters. That's a sing along. Oh my God, it's a blast. But The Lebowski, what a great, funny movie. Just hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, there were just scenes and lines from that movie that people remember. John Goodman was outstanding
Oh,
in
Steve Buscemi.
in that movie. Yeah, yeah. It just that was one of my favorite. And I just kept going down the list of some of the others that are coming in, and there's others that I kept thinking about and went on to Netflix and all to save them so I could rewatch them. For instance, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, that's
Smoke,
a pretty good movie. I will say this for me. I've kind of outgrown it, but I do appreciate it. It's one that I like to pull out every like 5 years, you know?
yeah, yeah, and I mean, granted,
It's funny.
Sally Field and what's his name? Gosh, where's my brain going? Who's the star of Smokey and the Bandit?
Is that Burt Reynolds, man?
Burt Reynolds, yeah, they're
Yeah.
good, but the sheriff,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I can't
uh,
remember his name, by the way,
man,
because I'm drawing a blank. But man,
so
just a funny over like, and the
him
timing of them.
and Jerry Reed.
Yeah.
You got when he was driving his truck and doing the calls on the radio.
Oh my God.
You got your ears on, and the great one of the greatest lines of his was, "When you hot, you hot.
That
When
dude.
you
Speaking of
not, you
classic
not."
movies, one of my favorite.
Jackie Gleason was the
Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
great. I'm gonna fry his ass.
Oh my God, that movie is good. I mean, and look when it came out too, you know.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is early 80s film. Really, where one of my favorite actors got his start in comedic roles, even though he's great in serious roles, is Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton.
Yep.
I freaking love that movie. I mean, people forget because you look at what Michael Keaton has done. I mean, he played
Beetlejuice.
well, Beetlejuice hilarious, but like if you look at the serious roles, he's played in Pacific Heights, he was this stalker killer landlord, which was just wild. You know, obviously he is the greatest Batman of all time. Somebody disagrees with me, fight me on it. He's the greatest Batman of all
Okay.
time. Nobody's going to disagree. Just everybody sit down and say yes, Brandon. I mean, his serious roles are amazing. I mean, he's played so many. But then you look at the comedies. He started with Gung Ho. Gung Ho is a great movie.
Right.
Mr. Mom. Oh my God. And then he did, of course, like you said, Beetlejuice. We got the new Beetlejuice coming out in November, or October. Super excited. But yeah, I love that movie. I just watched Mr. Mom the other day, and the scene with the vacuum, like it's ridiculous.
You know who else I think that falls into that category too is Bill Murray. Bill Murray has
100%.
played some very good serious roles, but I mean, my number one Bill Murray movie, I really liked Groundhog Day, but my
Of
number
course.
one is Stripes.
Stripes is great. No, Stripes. I thought you were going to say Caddyshack.
That was okay too, but Stripes,
But
there's just
Stripes is a
something
better movie.
about what he did in Stripes, and of course that was a Harold Ramis,
100%.
movie too.
Groundhog Day is it? One of his later films, Life Aquatic with Steve Azuzu, is one of my favorites of his.
Meatballs.
Meatballs. Quite frankly, he had a cameo in the movie Zombieland, and it's Woody Harrelson. I forgot the dude's name, but Emma Stone, and they're trying to and Zombieland's a comedy, and they're trying to survive the zombie world, and they break into a mansion, and they start realizing, oh my God, this is Bill Murray's mansion, and Woody Harrelson is one of the like biggest Bill Murray fans in the world. Well, all of a sudden they hear a zombie and they turn the corner and it's Bill Murray. And Woody Harrelson's like, no, no. But then Bill Murray goes, hey guys, I'm just pretending. Like they leave me alone if I pretend.
Yeah.
And he's in there for 30 minutes. Spoiler alert. Somebody accidentally shoots him because they think he's a zombie, but it is the funniest, but then you look at the serious roles. He's amazing.
Yeah, he was in I don't remember the name of the movie. It escapes me, with Richard Dreyfuss, where Richard Dreyfuss was his Therapist. And
Oh yes. What about Bob?
what about Bob? And
Oh,
I
that
mean,
movie's
all of it,
great.
when that came out, that followed a few of his comedic roles. And all of a sudden he
Mhm.
comes out with this serious role. And you thought, Bill Murray in a serious role?
And it
He
works.
nailed it. He nailed it.
Well, look at Jim Carrey for going into comedies. Okay,
Yeah.
Me, Myself, and Irene has to be one of the funniest Jim Carrey movies I've ever seen. Number
Yeah.
one, his split personality is comedic genius. The fact that he is this white dude and
Right.
he's got these three big giant black children because his wife cheated on him. The dialogue between those guys cracks me up. It is one of the best movies. But you look at Jim Carrey, he's got some great serious roles too.
Yes. Yeah.
Just much like Robin Williams did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah. I
know,
was going to say
I mean,
Robin Williams could go from Tootsie, to
Miss Doubtfire.
yeah,
He
and
wasn't in Tootsie.
great the Great Poets Society.
Wait a minute, Robin Williams wasn't in Tootsie.
Robin
Isn't that
Williams.
Dustin
No,
Hoffman?
no, that Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. Yeah,
Right.
Mrs. Doubtfire's good. Yeah, Dead Poet Society. Good Morning Vietnam.
Right. Right.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so you ever have those comedy movies that you know are just really bad, like they're dumb, but you it's like a guilty pleasure movie.
Well,
Like
top of my list is Animal House.
it's a dumb movie. It's
Yeah.
dumb, right?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
funny.
And I watch it over and over and over again. And there are lines that I remember from that movie that were great. My advice: start drinking heavily.
Yes.
One of the great movie lines that John Belushi says, and also when they come into when the dean comes in to throw them all off campus finally, and Belushi stands up and says, "Well, there it is, 7 years of college down the drain."
And that's what I think. Like, it's a bad movie, but you just can't. You don't care. And it's one of those
it's
movies
just
that
farcical. It's nonsense.
and
But
you can watch it anytime and laugh. So I got a movie that most people just hate, and I get it. It's a Happy Madison production, so that's that's Adam Sandler. He's
Right.
not in the movie, but that's his whole production team. And I will say this: I like Adam Sandler as a person. Like, he seems like just the coolest guy in the world, and his serious roles have been much better than most of his comedies.
Yeah.
I don't really like a lot of his weird, wild stuff. I don't know why it annoys me. He does these voices that just ugh. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some great movies. Big Daddy, Wedding Singer, love those movies. But this one is called Strange Wilderness, and you can't see it. Oh well, who cares? It's a horrible, god awful movie. And it stars Steve Zahn and a bunch of others. Jonah Hill, and Steve Zahn is got an animal show, okay? And he's trying to track animals because his dad was this great explorer who documented animals, worked for National Geographic. And then as he got older, his dad wanted to find Bigfoot, passed away, never found Bigfoot. Well, Steve Zahn is not taken seriously at all. And he puts together an expedition to find Bigfoot. And allegedly they know a guy who saw Bigfoot, and he's got a map to where Bigfoot's lair is, right? And so he goes there, and they go down to Mexico or Costa Rica. But along the way, they're encountering all these animals. Well, he is not educated. He has no idea what they are. And it's just the dumbest movie in the world. And they actually find Bigfoot, and then they kill him. But I don't know what it
gave
is.
it away.
I don't care. It came out like 15 years ago. If people haven't seen it by now, I don't care. Seriously,
what's the name of that movie?
It's Strange Wilderness. It came out 2008, guys. If you haven't seen it by now, then I don't know what to tell. Strange Wilderness. And it's one of those quick 90-minute comedies that you don't have to think about. It's a guilty pleasure movie for me.
Yeah. Lauren and I just went to the movie the other day, and we sat through, you sit through 20 minutes of previews. Not one comedy is coming out.
There's not a lot of them. No, there's not. Most of the streaming services are doing the comedy action, most or the comedy movies. They're
Yeah,
number one. They're not as expensive to produce, and you can pay for the talent. Kind of your expectation at some point is a little low on some comedies, but not all of them. I don't want just some dumb movie that's not funny by
yeah,
any means.
yeah.
Another movie that I recommend is called Let's Be Cops. I can't see it, but oh, there it is. Who
Yeah.
cares? Um, this is one of my guilty pleasure movies. It's got Damon Wayans Jr. in it, and it's got Jake Johnson, not Jack Johnson. Um, Basically, the cast from New Girl is in this movie, and it's about a video game guy, director or producer trying to make a video game, and a guy who's living off two commercials that he made. That's all, and they're just hanging out. They go get drunk, do karaoke, but nobody takes them seriously. So they pretend to be cops. They order uniforms. They actually get a police car and paint it. And they pretend that they're LAPD and they get involved in this whole like gang thing. It has
Yeah.
got to be the dumbest movie,
Well,
but it's so funny.
yeah, and that reminds me of Eddie Murphy trilogy about the cops in L.A.
Oh, Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hill Cop, one,
Hey,
two,
there's a new
three.
one coming out. Part 4 comes out this summer.
No kidding, really?
Yeah, they filming it in Detroit. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix Part 4 original cast. Eddie Murphy back together. Anybody who's not dead is in it. Yeah, Part 4. I'm excited.
Wow, okay. Because
Yeah.
that again, one was great, and then
Yes.
two
2 was good.
was pretty good. Three, you
3.
thought, oh, where are they going with this? It was like watching the Rambo series. We're now up to what, Rambo 12 or something.
I don't know.
But and the other producer, we were talking about comedy and straight movies and everything. Tyler Perry puts out a lot of comedy and also puts out a lot of serious stuff too.
I agree with you there. I agree. I don't like a lot of the comedies he does, but I respect it. And
Yeah,
I like the movies, like the writing. Yeah, totally agree. You want to talk about somebody who's just downright funny, and he's been doing it forever, since the 80s. Yeah, he had a little drug activity and whatever, who cares? But one of the goats of Hollywood, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, one of the goats. But if you look back at his old school movies like Heart and Souls, which is one of my favorite comedies that he did,
yeah.
great movie. But one of the best is called Due Date, and it's Robert Downey Jr.,
Oh yes,
Zach,
yes.
yes, Zach Galifianakis, Jamie Foxx. Oh my!
Right.
And that is like not only a good movie, but it's hilarious. And I watched the extra stuff because I'm a big nerd. Apparently, they were just there's a bunch of lines in there. They just rolled with it. They were
Yeah.
just having so much fun together that they just kept it going and rolled with it. So a lot of the lines that you see in there,
And-
right
and
off the cuff.
He's played some serious stuff too.
Oh my God, dude. Robert
US
Downey Jr.?
U.S. Marshals. Oh, he was in U.S. Marshals where he was one of the marshals, but he ended up being one of the bad guys.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yep.
I thought that was
he-
Tommy Lee Jones.
Huh? Tommy Lee Jones was the lead, but Robert Downey Jr. was in there with who was the sidekick for Tommy Lee Jones
I
in
haven't even
U.S.
seen it.
Marshals. And I don't know. I don't have it confused with The Fugitive. It was U.S. Marshals.
Yeah, because I know it came out relatively connected to The Fugitive,
Yeah.
which was a great remake, by the way.
Yeah.
I need to watch it because I got to be honest with you. My memory of that movie, I remember what the poster looks like, but I don't remember Robert Downey Jr. at all. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the other one, though, he was in Zodiac and he played that was phenomenal as
Yeah.
far as a serious role goes. I mean, obviously, we're not going to talk about his amazing Iron Man. He was just in Oppenheimer. I mean, there was a movie called The Judge, I think, where he played the son of a judge. And the judge was played by Robert Duvall, and he got in a drunk driving accident or DUI, and Robert Downey Jr. was trying to defend him. Man,
Yeah.
there's another one. Him and Jamie Foxx. They played that movie in LA where Jamie Foxx was living on the streets, but he was a violinist. Oh my God.
Didn't he play Ray Charles?
Well, Jamie Foxx played Ray Charles, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying and you look at the comedy movies, like you look, so I don't know, man. But
On the
Due Date
girls,
is definitely a movie I watch every 6 months.
on the girls' side, Jamie Lee Curtis, uh, been in a lot of trading places.
I get
Still,
that.
still one of my favorite movies. And then she was in what was the one with Arnold?
True
Uh,
Lies.
True Lies.
And they had some comedic moments in that action movie that were excellent. Okay. You
Yeah.
got me going to Arnold now. Kindergarten Cop,
Yeah.
Twins.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And uh Jamie Lee was also in the horror series, the
Well,
Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
So I mean, she went both with Sigourney Weaver, same way.
See, I
Did
don't think she's funny though. Sigourney Weaver's not funny.
she hasn't been in as many funny stuff, but she's been in like weird stuff, like the Ghostbusters.
Well,
Uh,
Ghostbusters and Aliens. I mean, that's what she's known for. But like,
yeah,
and she's also in a modern TV show. I don't think it's Stranger Things, but
wasn't she in Bull
she
Durham too?
I can't remember. But like, as far as women that are funny, it's always the ones you don't expect. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like, if you think about it, and I'm probably going to get called a sexist, and that's okay. I can't think of any right now.
again.
Yeah, this morning. I can't think of any funny women. I need help right now. I'm totally drawing a blank on funny women.
What's her, I can't remember the first name. Rudolph.
Oh, Maya Rudolph,
Maya Rudolph. Yeah.
100%. She's great.
Yeah.
She's great. And what's that other girl from Saturday Night Live? She was in The Bridesmaids. That's a hilarious movie.
But Tina Fey has been in a lot of
Tina Fey,
uh,
Amy Poehler is
right.
hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what else I like?
Heavy set.
She was in Bridesmaids too. I don't think she's heavy anymore though, right?
No. She also does the commercial for the travel company with her husband. Oh,
Yes. Her husband's an actor too.
yeah.
Do you know that they have a rule with their movies? They won't have any kissing scenes with anybody.
Oh, really?
It's a rule. I mean, unless it's like a joke, like,
Yeah.
but there's no, even in a romantic film, they
In
won't.
a dream or something like that. A dream.
Yeah, they won't. It's just something they feel like they want to keep. And you know what? I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect that totally. I'd be out there kissing everybody. I'd be like, "Oh, you got me in a movie with Mila Kunis. Is there a kissing scene in there?"
Yeah. Can we write one in?
Let's put that in. I think it would be better if we kissed.
That's
Brandon,
right.
it's
How
in the
about
middle
if
of
I just, I'll just, free form it and then see if you like it. Because I know
Brandon, I know, just try it. Well, Brandon, you're just an extra. Well, we're gonna throw an extra kiss in there too.
right. Yeah. Yeah. If it ends up on the editor's floor, so be it. And if it ends up on the editor's floor, would you save it for me?
Yeah, just save it. Yeah, send it to me.
Yeah.
That's another one. Mila Kunis, and granted, I have a massive crush on her. Sorry, Ashton Kutcher. She's funny. Like, dude, she's in Ted. She was in that 70s show. Like, there's some great, man. Comedies are good.
When we start talking about this, it just rolls.
It's a snowball.
It rolls. And
I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
Because we got a lot of recording to do today. John Cena. I know he's WWE, and I love him.
Yeah.
Got to be one of the funniest dudes.
Knives Out.
Oh my God. He was in that movie called Blockers, and he plays a dad who's trying to stop his daughter from prom night. We'll just leave it at that. Hilarious. Yeah. He was in that superhero movie or superhero show, Peacemaker. Unbelievable. He's hosted Saturday Night Live. Unbelievable. I just watched Ricky Sinicki on Amazon Prime with I forgot his name already. Oh my God, John Cena cracks me up because it's so opposite of what he does.
Right.
Just funny movie.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean, Arnold was a bodybuilder and everything, and then all of a sudden he's in things like Kindergarten Cop,
and it was great.
and just he very very versatile. Anyway,
We can keep going. It'll be an
go
hour
out,
and a half show.
yeah, go out and watch some more movies. Enjoy it, and come back and join us again next week. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet, but due date, yeah, watch the movie.
I
All
got all
right.
my DVDs here.
There you go. He's ready to go. We got to sign off because he's got to get back onto the TV to watch his
Let's
movie.
go.
All right. Go out and make it a great day. See you again next week. Bye.